What do you think Michigan's going to do different this time, Bray, than they did last time? Because, again, we always talk about, look, I think if Michigan, and I've said it a million times, I'll say it again, if Michigan played Georgia the week after they played Iowa last year, I think that's a different game than it was. I think they were just so happy to be there. I don't know if they knew what to do with their month off. I think this year that layoff actually benefits them. It benefits guys like Donovan Edwards to get that hand healthy. It benefits a couple other guys who are nicked up to get healthy. I feel like the approach this year, having done it a second time around, and look, anytime you do something the second time around as opposed to the first time around, you're probably better at it. You get another crack at it. I do think this layoff will benefit them, but what do you think?
Not the Bills.
Yeah, not the Bills. But what do you think they do differently this time as opposed to last time?
I don't know if they do very much differently, Ryan. I think a lot of the worrying about where they were in rhythm last year versus where they were when they played Georgia, I think that's a lot of fans. I think that's a lot of you guys. I think Michigan is going to be fine. I remember playing on these teams, and I remember Lloyd Carr, getting us ready. We were ready to play USC. We were ready to play Texas in terms of just where we were, in terms of it didn't break our rhythm or anything like that. You just got to be ready to win those games. I think the difference will be this year, and I was actually going to save this until they beat TCU, but what the hell? We're here now. We're in the dungeon. They weren't ready to win last year. And it goes to what you said about being excited. They weren't ready to match Georgia. They weren't ready to match that physicality. They weren't ready to match those NFL players that those guys had on those teams. You got to be ready to win a game like that. They weren't ready to win. They were ready to be there. They were ready to beat Ohio State. They were ready to win the Big Ten championship. But they weren't ready to beat Georgia. Think of all that Georgia went through to be ready to win a national championship. They went to getting there and barely beating Oklahoma and then losing to Alabama and then losing a couple other times before they finally were ready last year to run through the gamut. And even last year they got help. I think this year it's not just about them changing something from November or December till December 30th. It's about them knowing how to win, knowing the moment, feeling the moment, and not the moment being too big for them. Michigan's ready to win now.